I made a video recently called "Do Carbs Turn into Fat on a High Carb, Low Fat Vegan Diet?" and a question arose from that video. Now the question was kind of long, so I summed it up for you, and it basically goes like this. If carbs are the main fuel source, how would the body ever burn fat unless you run out of carbs? I would never guess that carbs and fat would both be burned simultaneously. I would think that carbs would be burned much more than fat, but it's actually the opposite. Why does the body primarily burn fat versus glucose? This is kind of a complex question, but basically what you should know is the body only ever burns glucose for anything. It's basically just how you get to glucose where there may be some differences. The main differences are glycogenolysis and gluconeogenesis. Now, gluconeogenesis basically means the creation of new glucose. Glucose, neo, new, genesis, creation of new glucose. Now, glycogenolysis is just the lysis, or the chopping off of glycogen, because glycogen is just a chained link of glucose. So you just chop it off, and there you go. You go from glycogen to glucose. So obviously it's much quicker to go from glycogen to glucose than it is to go from fatty acids or amino acids into glucose. So a main reason why the body does that is because it is such a quick process to go from carbs to carbs instead of going from amino acids or fatty acids into carbs. So you can kind of think of it as the body saving the best energy, the quickest energy, the most efficient form of energy for last, because you're actually always burning carbohydrates, so it wants to burn it at a low enough rate so that you can burn another fuel source, fat, at the same time. Because as I mentioned in the other video, you can never burn 100% fat. Even when you're sleeping, you're not burning 100% fat. You may burn up to 50 grams of carbohydrates or glycogen while you're sleeping. And that's about as sedentary as it gets. So with that said, when you're really sedentary, you can burn maybe up to 99% of your energy from fat, turning into glucose. And then when you're really active, when you're going for like a maximal lift, when you're sprinting really fast, your body is going through glycogenolysis exclusively. So either way, you're ending up with glucose. It's just a matter of how you get to it where there's a difference. And the body does this also because you have almost unlimited stores of fat. The average adult with an average amount of body fat will have anywhere between 60,000 to 100,000 calories of excess stored fat for burning energy purposes. And you have around 2,000 calories worth of carbohydrates to go through. So since it's such a precious fuel source, your body wants to hold on to it for as long as possible. And that's also a reason why you should be constantly refilling your glycogen stores, which is why you should be on a high carb diet to make sure that you can go through those maximal efforts without bonking. So as you can see, it's actually kind of advantageous to be able to burn fat for as long as possible before having to tap into those precious glycogen stores. So the reason I made this video is because I felt like it could benefit a lot more people than just the person who asked. So if you have any further questions, leave them down below, and hopefully I'll see you next time.